Hi guys, welcome to another daily vlog from Priz. I'm trying to get more consistent at these, so I'm going to give this another go and hold myself accountable to film a little something every day and upload it, even if it's tiny or if it's not, you know, exciting or glamorous. It doesn't really matter. And I also want to be more open on here, so I just went to go see my reiki healer, who has been really instrumental in helping me recover from my paralyzing sense of trauma this year, my huge sense of fear and not safety and not sense of safety in myself, which caused me constant anxiety. That was the root of my anxiety, and an insane amount of just lethargy and depression, which has to do with a lack of self-worth, punishing myself constantly and always pushing myself to achieve more. And that comes from a root of feeling worthless, and it's going to take time. You know, if there's trauma in your body or it's been there for a very long time, you've been in patterns for a very long time, it's going to take a long time for those things to change through consistent behavior changes, but also through regulating your nervous system. Your nervous system isn't just healed once, and your emotions aren't just healed once. It's cyclical. Things go around in cycles, and you need to constantly show up for yourself and retrain your nervous system and your body and yourself and your relationship with yourself, and show that you are safe with yourself, you treat yourself with respect, you treat yourself gently, you don't punish yourself, and that you have a sense of self-worth irrespective of what job you have, of how much money you have, of how fit you are, of what your living situation is. No matter what, your life has value, and those are things I'm trying to tell myself, and it's going to take time. I'm getting there with my sense of safety. That's something I'm working on actively, and I realise only looking back, I was constantly seeking safety in other people, in keeping my head down and just trying to get from A to B as quick as possible, in not making any trouble, in trying to be the quiet, good kid, in trying to be perfect. These are all ways of looking for safety and validation, and yeah, it's sad, but it's also very eye-opening. And also, I was constantly looking for a sense of self-worth. I just had this innate core belief that I was worthless because of what happened in my childhood, which I'll go into details later, but I just constantly felt as a person that I had no sense of worth. I was a piece of poo, which is also sad, but also you have to look at it and think, that's wrong. I have a sense of self-worth irrespective of anything. And I've just come out for a walk, a nice nature walk, and I've got a lot on my mind. I don't know whether to go travel and have amazing experiences, which is what I want, and blog them, document them, and talk about healing during that, because it's not just about throwing myself into loads of experiences and adventure. What's it making me feel? How's it making me change? How's it affecting my mental health? What connects with me authentically? These are all things I'm thinking about. But I have travelled before and just backpacked a lot, many different times in my life, and I'm also looking for a different experience, you know. So do I now go and do my master's abroad in something that I'm interested in? And you know, that I'm at a bit of a crossroads, so I've got a bit to think about the next few days / weeks, and it's not set in stone. You know, I could go travel for a bit and then do a master's, or do a master's and travel for a bit. I think as a master's is expensive and also locks you in, but I don't think it's bad to have a base for a while and to settle down, have some community, find a partner, have a routine, get fit. But also I love the idea of feeling good enough to know that you deserve your own platform, to be able to make money from art and from sharing your thoughts and ideas, and my love for aesthetics and visuals and storytelling with a platform. But maybe that's a longer project, and I can do that alongside the masters. It's just the idea of spending like 30 grand on education again for a year with accommodations in expensive cities is crazy to me. But also, I'm also a queer man, and I want to be in big cities where there's other queer activities and communities and it's supportive, rather than on the road, lonely, going from hostel to hostel guest house in sometimes rural areas, feeling disconnected. So there's no perfect answer. The dream would be to do a blend of both, but then I don't want to exhaust myself either. So a lot to think about today, but it's a gorgeous afternoon in London. It's not as hot as yesterday with the heat wave, thank goodness. It's about 22, 23 degrees. I'm just sat by the pond and I can see a really beautiful heron in the distance. I'm going to show you. Hello, Mr. Heron. Oh, look at you, looking all proud on your little legs. It's tall and proud. And the ducklings are gorgeous too. It's my favourite park. It's very dreamy. But yeah, just lots to think about. And there is no right answer. I think you just have to do and accept whatever your experience is and take it from there. And as you can tell, I overthink these things a lot and I've been paralysed by thought a lot. And there is no perfect. There'll be pros and cons to both. But what I'm looking for is growth. What I'm looking for is joy and connection. I'm looking for excitement. I'm looking for expression. I'm looking for love. I'm putting that out there. I'm looking for health. And I'm looking to go on the adventure of life. And I want to have great experiences. You know, it's been sad in my world and quite dark for a long time. And I think it's time for a bit of a change. So a lot on my mind, and I will keep you guys updated as I go along. Hey little doggy. I've become such a dog person recently. I also really shouldn't be giving away local secrets, but I do think this is one of the best parks in London. It's a bit of an undiscovered gem, and you can always find a pocket of quiet, and not everyone's discovered it yet, but Wanstead Park is glorious. There's orchards, there's a basically 24-hour tea hut, there's several different ponds, there's bluebells that bloom every year. There's also this really interesting temple looking building, which I think is quite cool, actually. I also really want to get back into fitness like this guy. Look at him go. Ah, so inspirational. I can barely get myself up for a walk in the mornings. And this is the iconic Wanstead Tea Hut, which is hilariously now closed, but it's usually open, and they serve teas, ice creams, jacket potatoes, all the good stuff. Highly recommend. Yeah, it's a really stunning park. And this is a lovely little orchard here. And the bluebells are just behind that canopy over there. I forgot how good it is just to walk. I'm such a weirdo, but I do love my daily walks, and I'm going to attempt to do that more often. And you guys can hold me to that. Just a reminder to anyone out there, if you're ever feeling lonely, you've always got your shadow. Just another note while I've got you. I do want to make more content, and I do want to try to make a career out of making content for a living. That would be amazing. Traveling the world, talking about my experiences, documenting different cultures, different foods, especially different fashions. That would be so cool. But I'm so aware of people creating trends, and I'm so not a trend-driven person. I really want to be authentic in my content, and for it to be me and for it to connect to myself, because I think only then can it meaningfully connect to other people. It's definitely a journey. It's a growing journey, obviously, the deeper connection you have with yourself and you discover with yourself, no matter what age you are or what you've been through, you rediscover who you are now and what you really like and what you do connect with and what really gives you meaning. And I guess for me, putting myself out there a bit more is also a bit like, yes, I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring myself out. I'm still figuring out who I am now and healing on my journey. But I think that will be me for a while, so I have to accept it, and also accept that I'm a work in progress. I'm not a finished product, and not to be ashamed or afraid of that. Like, let people see the work in progress and the journey. And that's kind of what I want to give myself confidence with. So that's why I'm picking up the camera more and vlogging. And even if 12 people watch it, hey, that's still nice to basically play to an audience of 12. When I was a singer in a different life in London, sometimes I play to like 2 or 3 people, and you think at least 2 or 3 people came. And that's the way I've got to think about it. It's really not about views. It's about consistency and longevity. So for anyone else out there who's a amateur creator or wannabe content creator, I've got you. We're on this together. Now let's get back home and edit. And just on our way home, aren't these flowers absolutely gorgeous? My therapist says to always try and find a little moment every day, no matter how small, that you can just find a touch of awe. And even if I'm feeling super low, I try and just find tiny little moments that kind of just light up me a little bit without trying too hard. But I love like the colour and shape of these. Stunning. These are so cool as well. They look glow in the dark and almost like alien. I think they're so cool. I don't know what they are, but I love them. So there you are, guys. More flower content. Wasn't planned, but flowers direct coming straight to you over on YouTube. My favourite platform. Can't lie still. I think it's the best platform, the original one, and the one that supports creators the most.
A few moments later.
Quick little cup of peppermint tea and honey before bed. Lovely. But yeah, that's been my day today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, it's been on my mind a lot whether to go and do this master's, which would be in Paris and New York for a year. It's expensive, but it could be good for a year. I could meet new people, have a base and a routine, and also really work on, you know, some stability while I'm recovering, or whether to pursue my dreams as a travel vlogger. And you can do both, you can, but I'm gonna, you know, sit with that for a little while. There is no right answer. If you guys could give me any advice in the comment section, obviously it's a decision I've got to make myself, but if you have any helpful tips or pointers, that would be so welcome and so helpful. But yeah, I'm going to be honest about how I'm feeling and what my decisions are, and not feel like I've got to make every decision right away by myself or keep it all in or just appear to be perfect all the time, because that's one of the things I'm working on. So yeah, this is me. That was my day, my last minute vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if it was a bit random. I'm still trying to be more consistent, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, please give it obviously a thumbs up, or share it, or comment, or subscribe. That would be dreamy, but I'm not going to force you to do anything, you know, if you guys don't want to. And for anyone out there who's in a tough spot, it gets better. Look after yourself, show yourself some self-compassion, and make something of the day, no matter how big or small. You'll go to bed feeling a lot better about it. All right, guys, have a great day, great night. See you on the other side. Bye.